That one night with my stepfather changed my life forever. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm 28 now, but this story happened when I was 24. If you love real, emotional, forbidden stories, stay with me. Because what started as innocent slowly became something I couldn't control. It all began when my mom remarried. I had just finished college and was living at home. Then Mark entered our lives. He was 41, tall, calm, successful, and had this deep, comforting voice. My mom, Priya, looked happier than I'd seen her in years after losing my dad. I truly wanted her to be happy. But from the first family dinner, something felt different. Mark looked at me across the table a little too long, a little too deep. When Mom went to the kitchen, he smiled and said, "You notice everything, don't you, Sophia?" My heart skipped. I laughed it off, but I felt it. That was the first spark. In the following months, I kept telling myself I was imagining things. I was home a lot and Mark worked from home. We started having small moments, making coffee, watching TV, talking on the balcony. Innocent things that started feeling heavier. One rainy night, Mom was out of town. I was on the couch when Mark came down after shower. He asked if he could join me. I said yes. We were watching a movie, but I couldn't focus. Halfway through, he quietly said, "You're beautiful, Sophia. Always have been." The air became thick. I felt my face burning. When he gently brushed a strand of hair from my face, electricity ran through me. I quickly made an excuse and went to the kitchen, heart pounding. That night, our secret late-night talks began. Whenever Mom was away, we'd talk till 2 or 3 a.m. At first it was normal stuff, life, dreams, relationships. But slowly it got deeper. One night I asked him, "Have you ever wanted something you knew you shouldn't?" He looked at me for a long moment and whispered, "Every single day." We stared at each other. The tension was unbearable. I wanted to run, but I couldn't move. Finally, I said goodnight and went upstairs, but his words kept echoing in my head. The attraction kept growing. He started noticing small things, how I looked in the morning, how I laughed. I started noticing his strong arms, his calm smile, the way he made me feel safe. One weekend, we were cooking dinner together. He reached for something behind me, and his chest brushed my back. We both froze. For a few seconds, neither of us moved. I could feel his breath on my neck. My heart was racing. Just then, the doorbell rang. Mom had come home early. The moment broke, but everything had already changed. After that, guilt started eating me alive. I tried avoiding Mark. I stayed out late, stayed in my room. But I couldn't stop thinking about him. I felt ashamed. This was my mother's husband. One night, I was crying in my room when he knocked. I opened the door with red eyes. Without a word, I hugged him. He held me tightly, rubbing my back. "I don't know what's happening to me," I whispered. "Me neither," he replied softly. We stood there in the doorway, two people trapped in something beautiful and terrible at the same time. 2 weeks later, on a stormy night, the truth finally came out. The power went out. We lit candles and sat in the living room. Mark looked at me and said, "I need to tell you something. I fell for you before I even married your mother. The first time I saw you, I felt something I've never felt before. I tried to ignore it, but it only got stronger." Tears filled my eyes. "I feel it too," I confessed, voice shaking. "And I hate myself for it." We both cried. Then we laughed through the tears because it was so messed up. He gently wiped a tear from my cheek. The touch lingered. That same night, Mark made a decision. "I'm going to tell your mother the truth. I can't keep living like this." The next morning, he told her. I heard the shouting, the crying, the heartbreak. It was the worst day of my life. Mom moved out for a while. Our family broke. 6 months later, things are still complicated. Mom and I are slowly healing. Mark moved to another city. We barely talk now. But sometimes at night, I still remember those intense eye contacts, the late-night conversations, the way my heart raced when he said my name. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe we were never meant to be together. But I'll never forget the connection we shared. Sometimes the strongest feelings come from the places we're never supposed to look. What would you have done in my place? Comment below. Should I share what happened after the confession? Let me know. I'm Sophia, and this was the most dangerous chapter of my life.